$12. That's how much a trader with this username staked on this platform to make more than $100,000. Yes, you heard that right. And yes, this is completely legal and transparent. He was betting on Bitcoin's price movement, up or down, each time on 15-minute intervals. First bet $12, second $24, third $40, then $100, $400, $2,400 and $11,000. 16 bets in a row and all 16 winners. And grows more than 8,000x. And here's another story. On this platform there was a question. Will the US launch a military operation against Venezuela? A trader with this username was tracking an unusual indicator – pizza orders near the Pentagon. Yes, pizza. The logic is simple. If the military is ordering a lot of food late night, it means they are working overtime, which means something is being prepared. And then his bot detects 700% spike in orders. Of course, he buys yes option. And few hours later, explosions begin in Caracas. And by morning, Maduro is detained. $50,000 of profit in one night. Sounds crazy? Of course. Welcome to the world of prediction market. And the biggest of them is Polymarket. In this video, I'll break down what this platform is, how people make money on it, and we'll run an experiment. I'll put in a real money, place bets on a real events, and show the whole process from sign up to withdrawal. We'll see whether it's actually possible to make money here for a person without any special knowledge. What is Polymarket? Look at this. Imagine you sit with your friend and arguing. Will Real Madrid win the next match or not? You say they'll win. Your friend says no. You bet $10. Whoever guessed right takes the money. Polymarket is the same thing. Only instead of one friend, hundreds of thousands of people around the world. And you can argue not only about sports. Who'll win the election? Will the Fed cut the rate? When will Bitcoin break 150,000? You can place a bet on all of this. How does it work? Let's make a deal. First, I'll show you strategy and how it works, and then I'll give you a clear, simple guide on where and what to click to deposit money, place trades and withdraw. Here's a real example from the platform. The question, will the S&P 500 open up or down? Up cost 50 cents, down 27. If you bought down for 27 cents and guessed right, you got $1, nearly 4 times your money. And that's the whole mechanic. Every event is a question. Each option has a price from 1 to 99 cents. The price is the crowd opinion on the probability. If the event happens, your share turns into $1. If doesn't, into 0. Simply put, you buy someone's doubt for cents. And if you turn out to be right, you take $1. And here's another example. On Polymarket there was a question. Who will become mayor of New York? Candidate Mamdani at the end of May, only 5% believed in him. His share cost 5 cents. Then he won the primary and everything flipped. Whoever bought at 5 cents could already sell at 70. A 14-fold rise. But here's what's important. Polymarket isn't a casino or lottery. The people who make money here aren't the lucky ones, but those who knew more than the rest. And now let's break it down. Why is there so much hype about Polymarket? Just a few numbers. In October 2025, Intercontinental Exchange, the owners of the New York Stock Exchange, invested $2 billion in Polymarket. The platform valuation is $9 billion. Trading volume for 2025 more than $21 billion. This isn't some small crypto project. This is already a serious financial instrument. But here's what's really interesting. It's not just professional traders making money on Polymarket. No, regular people are making money there, but people with unusual knowledge. Here's an example. The trader with this username came to platform with $30,000. And in 1 month, he made almost $3 million. On what? On League of Legends. Yes, on computer game. He bet on the results of the World Championship. And here's Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, one of the most well-known people in crypto. And he trades on Polymarket too. And you know what his strategy is? He bets against crazy predictions. For example, Trump will not receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Sounds boring? Maybe, but over 2025 he made $70,000 on this. See the pattern? A gamer, programmer, not one of them is financier. Polymarket is a place where knowledge gets converted into money. That's why the hype. 2 strategies for making money. Okay, let's say you are hooked. But how do you make money specifically? There are 2 main strategies, and they suit completely different situations. Strategy number 1, bonds. This is for people who have $1,000 and more. And the idea is simple. You find an event that is almost certain to happen. For example, will the Fed cut the rate in June by 25 basis points? The no option cost 99 cents. That's the market is 99% sure they won't cut. You buy no for 99 cents. The event doesn't happen, you get $1. And the earning 1 cent per share. Sounds like a little, yeah. But here's the trick. This contract closes in 3 to 4 weeks, and 1% over 3 weeks out to more than 80% a year. No bank deposit will give you that much. The risk, of course, it exists. If the event does happen, you lose almost everything. That's why it's important to pick truly obvious things and spread your money across several such bets. Strategy number 2. Hunting for underpriced events. This one is for people for less capital, from $50 till $500. And the logic here is opposite. You look for an event that few people believe in. A share costs 5, 10, 15 cents, but you have a reason to think the odds are higher than the crowd thinks. Remember Ascetic 0x with his $12? Or that guy who made 3 million on League of Legends? They all played by the second strategy. A small entry, but the deep understanding of the topic. It's like finding a stock the market has underpriced. Only here, instead of financial reports, your knowledge of politics, sports, technology, weather, or pop culture. Anything at all. Which strategy to use? It depends on your capital and temperament. Bonds are more stable, but you need more capital. Hunting is riskier, but from the small entry you can get serious profit. But in both cases there is one common rule. Never bet more than you are ready to lose. This isn't magic money button. It's just a tool. And it works only in the hand of someone who knows how to think. And now let's move from the theory to practice. I'll show you how to register, deposit money and place your first bet. Interface and event types. We go to Polymarket. I left the link in the description or via this QR code. I'll note separately that in some countries you need a VPN. And after that, everything's convenient and anonymous. You can immediately choose a language convenient for you, like this. There is just a huge number of events here. Politics, crypto, sports, pop culture, economics. And at the top you can type into the search whatever interests you. We click sign up in the top right corner. 3 options: via Google, via email or via a crypto wallet. Via Google is the easiest way. Confirm the login and you're inside. 30 seconds and we click deposit. There are a few funding options. Transfer crypto, connect a crypto exchange account, or top up via Apple or Google Pay or even a bank card. We use the first option, since it's the most universal and accessible. And again, I emphasize, in some country Polymarket is blocked. If you doesn't see the deposit button, connect a VPN, refresh the page and everything will appear. In the window that's open, we choose a coin and network. We'll leave USDC and change the network to Arbitrum. It's cheaper. And just copy the address. I'll find it from the Bybit exchange. If you are a beginner in crypto, this is better to first take the free course and the link in the description or via this QR code. There you'll learn all the skills you need to earn your first money in crypto and use it in everyday life. So Bybit, assets, withdraw, choose USDC, paste the address we copied on Polymarket, Choose the right network, enter the amount, click Withdraw, and enter all the necessary security codes. Double-check the withdrawal network before sending. It must match the network you choose on Polymarket. Otherwise, you can simply lose your money. And if you're unsure about anything, just send a small amount first. On Arbitrum network, the minimum is $3. Okay, the money's in the account. Now let's go over what kinds of events there are. Because they are different and it's important to understand this. Type 1 a simple yes or no, the most basic format. Here, for example, will Bitcoin reach 70k or 90k first? Just two options. 70k cost 65 cents, meaning around 65% of people believe Bitcoin will fall to $70,000 sooner. 90k costs 37 cents. Around 37% believe in a rise to 90k. If you think Bitcoin will rise to 90k, you buy these options for 37 cents. If you're right, you get $1. The earnings 63 cents per share. If not, you lose your 37 cents. That's it. Type 2 multiple options. Here, for example, winner of the 2028 presidential election. And the options J.D. Vance 19%, Gavin Newsom 16%, Marco Rubio 13%, and so on down the list. Each candidate has their own price. Let's say you believe Rubio will win. Okay, his share costs 13 cents. Okay, you buy for 13 cents. And if he really wins, you 13 cents turn into $1. The earnings 87 cents per share. But if someone else wins, you lose your 13 cents. Important point. Many markets have a chart that shows how people's opinion change over time. And this is a super useful thing. You see when the odds rose, when they fell, and you can figure out what influenced it. Okay, say you look at the chart, you see a sharp jump. You go to the news or to ChatGPT and check what happened that day. That's analysis. Also, every event has a description at the bottom, what specifically counts as the outcome, what documents it will rely on, and so on. A bit lower, there are comments. There you can sort by holders. Let's see what people who actually put money in are writing. Yes, there are a lot of spams there, but you might find something useful on the topic. It's worth spending a couple of minutes and scrolling through. How to choose an event and place a bet. Okay, you've figured out the interface. You understand the mechanics, but here's the main question. What specifically to bet on? Let's break it down step by step. Step 1. Choose a category. On Polymarket there is a breaking news tab. These are the events that have changed the most over the last 24 hours. Interesting opportunities often appear here, because sharp movements are exactly the place where the crowd can be wrong. The second option is to go into a category you genuinely understand. Cryptocurrency, politics, sports, technology, the choice is big. Your advantage is your knowledge. Don't try to bet on everything in a row. Choose what you are stronger at than most. Step 2. Choose an event. Two things are important here. The first, risk-to-reward ratio, the classic rule from trading. Don't enter a trade if the potential profit is less than triple the risk, or better yet 4-to-1. On Polymarket, this means look for shares that cost around 25 cents or cheaper. If you are right, you get $1. If a share costs 70 cents, the potential earnings are only 30 cents and the risk of losing is 70. That's no longer as interesting. The second point, the distance. The shorter the time to the event's resolution, the better. Over long distances, too much can change and you freeze your money for a long time. Look for events that will resolve in the coming days or weeks. Step 3. Analyze. And here we'll run an experiment. Instead of reading the news for hours and getting into the topic, we'll try to do everything through ChatGPT. To start, we'll choose suitable events. I took screenshots of events from the breaking news categories and asked ChatGPT to select ones suitable by time frame, so that the resolution would be give or take within a month. Important point, you don't have a wait for final date. You can sell your shares at any moment as soon as they rise in price. That you can buy, wait for the rate to change and immediately sell. even before the final decision on the vote. This, by the way, is also a popular strategy. So, when ChatGPT gave out a list of suitable events, I asked it to analyze each one more deeply and picked literally couple. To be sure, I ran the final option through another AI, and one of the options dropped out, but the second one I took. I did roughly the same process in the politics, finance, and technology categories. In the end, I have one event from each category. And yes, this is far from the perfect method, I understand. AI can and will make mistakes. But for a quick entry into the topic, it's a working tool. You literally get in a minute an overview of the factors that affect an event, and you gradually accumulate understanding. Step 4. Place the bet. The golden rule: never bet more than you are ready to lose. To start, 1 or 2% of your deposit on one event, no more. But we have an experiment, so we are betting $5 that is a whole 5% of the deposit. This isn't real trading, it's just a test. We are checking how the platform works, how analysis through AI works, and what result it gives. To buy a share, we need to choose the right option, enter the amount, and click Buy. That's it. The position will show up in your portfolio. I choose 4 events and spread $20 between them. And this is what my portfolio looks like now. As you can see, the total value of my portfolio has decreased. And this is due to the platform's fees. It's important to keep that in mind as well. Let's come back here later and see how it turned out. I'm not building up any expectation. The main thing is to show you the mechanics. For you, a single moment has passed, but for me, 2 days. And here's what we have. All 4 positions ended up in the red. 2 only slightly, but the Bitcoin and OpenAI both got hit hard, down 66 and 84%. Out of the roughly $20 I put in, about 11 is left. And honestly, that's exactly what I didn't promise anything upfront. And that's the point. Without real analysis behind your entries, this just guessing. The tool works, but it only pays off in the hands of someone willing to put in the work. Let's look what happened over these 2 days. I take a screenshot of whole my portfolio, drop into the ChatGPT and ask it to break down what's going on with each position and what to do next. And it gives me a ready-made analysis with concrete advice. Sell the OpenAI position and half of the Bitcoin one. The chances they have basically faded, and hold the rest. And so with every event you start to understand the topic better and better. Once again, I advise first doing all your trades on paper and only after a while moving on to real practice. Step 5. Lock-in. This can be done right from the portfolio by pressing the sell key. You press it, choose the number of your shares to sell and confirm. And the second option, you go into the event, choose sell, enter the number of your shares and confirm. Also pretty simple. Now let's try to withdraw our funds. Click withdraw. In the window that opens, we need to choose a coin and withdrawal network. Here we leave it as is, USDC on the Arbitrum network. We go to Bybit, assets, deposit, deposit crypto, find USDC, choose the right network and copy the address. Then go back to Polymarket, paste the copied address, enter the amount and confirm the withdrawal. And be sure to write in the comments how it went for you. And what do you think? This is a real way to make money or just a way to feel someone's excitement?